Hello everybody, how y'all doing? This is the introductory video telling stories about the traditional roots of the instrument of the Didgeridoo. It's called Iraqi from northern East Australia. I have permission and encouragement from my Yolngu family to share with you stories of my experience from learning to play and use this super ancient instrument, old instrument that everyone today knows as Didgeridoo, but in northern East Australia, Arnhem Land, with the Yolngu people, custodians of this instrument, they call it Iraqi. And so I wanted to start making videos to share my personal experiences with it, and maybe you could use it for yourself. Maybe you could use it to grow. So let's begin. For me, the Didgeridoo, or let's call it Iraqi is purely, for me, it's a love story, because it's like connecting your breath to things, like taking a needle and sewing your breath to patterns of leaves. You're walking rhythms. The clouds are hope. They give you hope because they move and they turn to rain, and that's hope. It gives you life. They have dancing up there. They dance and they move. When you go and open your eyes to the bush, to the land, it's like a buffet of rhythms and songs. And so it starts to connecting your breath to it, and doing that, downloading patterns, making patterns, rhythmic patterns. Slowly, you start developing deep sensitivities, so you can see. First, you gotta see. Didgeridoos, first, do you play without it? Look at these. Look at their dance. See? You can connect your breath, your tongue to that. Even if you don't play traditional Iraqi, Yolngu style, and you play your own style, and you connect your heart and your breath to that, that's the roots of it, So, I'm sure everyone has heard the different sounds of Didgeridoo, and it's continuing to evolve beautifully. So many passionate players out there taking it to different levels. Beautiful, amazing. There's like beatbox style. There's trance. There's spacey, meditative, and there's different languages. And so, my focus of this entire series of sharing with you stories about the traditional ways of this instrument is I'm going to cover as much as I can. I have so much to share. I have so many stories to share. And frankly, all the stories come from here. Back in the day, when I went to northern Arnhem Land, the very first day I met my Yolngu Aboriginal brother, Mr. Munungor. He was playing for Yoto Yindi band. And he told me one thing. He said, you play Iraqi without it, because your tongue and your breath and your eyes, it's always like following things that move in nature. You see, like, these are like composers. They'll tell you the wind direction. See, they move. They're dancers. So they can tell you direction based on the wind. And you can download that with your hand and play it. So yeah, this is the roots. I'm gonna do the videos here, outside in the bush, because language is the shadow of your senses. Whether you want it or not, after a while, the land or your environment takes your tongue and your voice and your breath and shapes it like a potter shapes clay into a vessel over time. This is the mama that sings the last song, you know? So, that beautiful day. So, you know, this is not to say other styles are bad or good, or this is not about good or bad. And I just wanted to share some of the basics to the heart of the essence of the spirit of this instrument, this powerful sacred instrument called Didgeridoo, Iraki. And so for me, the Iraki is an invitation to enter the most sophisticated university that has ever existed. These are edible, by the way. Here, the bush, and all the sophistication we've ever had has been based on this right here. The most amazing innovators of technologies, that bird is already calling, see? That have innovated with architecture, innovated musically, medically, health, agriculture, hunting, all that has all stemmed from this, and it's under threat. It's under threat. All the land is under threat. For example, not to stray away from the conversation, but right now in Texas, in central Texas, if you have land, if you have these beautiful trees called junipers or cedars, if you have these in your land and you remove them, the property value increases. You know, because it's invasive or whatever, and people are allergic. Because again, the didgeridoo opens that invitation for you to come and connect your heart, just like a lover, your breath and your heart and your blood flow. See, your blood flow. It just rained. Oh yeah. You connected to this, you know. You know, you're connecting your beatboxing style, whatever style you play, consonants and vowels. And the didgeridoo, you're singing, rhythmic breathing. Your breath becomes the water in the vessel of that which you make a rhythm for. And your hands are modems. I'm going to get geeky on you. Modem means modulo demodular. It translates codes so you can understand. You can download patterns. You can see different things that move. You click, tick, 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 tick. You see why the Aboriginal elders, they have those sticks? You know why? It's because they have respected, they have paid attention over and over. All these patterns. Different birds, different clouds, the theatrical act of the land. They take the sticks and they hit the sticks loud. They're like laser. Man, you sit next to an elder singing a ceremony, you're like, oh man, how does he do that? And they're setting the fingerprint of that respectful love for the pattern that they're singing about. And they could just be singing about little simple things, but they give it so much respect that the entire tribe gets up and dances and finds healing. All the different patterns out there bring you medicine for yourself to be grounded, so there's not a mirage on your head. When I have a mirage in my head, because of the didgeridoo bringing me here I've learned that this is my brain food right here. My brain medicine. It's cold right now, so I'm wearing shoes. But usually barefoot. Because your feet are like ice, you know? Back to the didgeridoo. I want to use this channel to not just teach you how to make the sounds you hear traditional style people, Yolngu people play. They make amazing sounds. But it's beyond aesthetics. It's beyond aesthetics. You can growl in it or whatever. It's beyond, you know, it's really like learning to paint your human experience with the bush. You have to come out here. This is falling. You have to learn to see. And it's always seeing, you know. It's just covered with dirt. It's covered with debris. You know, society, modernism, this and that. It is what it is. But it's covered up. It's covered up. Didgeridoo helps you uncover all that. It actually magnetizes you to come out here. You know? You gotta respect this first. I don't know where you live, where you don't live. Even if you live in New York City, you still have things dancing around you. Because of the didgeridoo, first thing I do when I wake up, I see what the clouds are, which direction they're moving. That's the energy of the land, the goosebumping of the land, which direction is where are the clouds going? That's direction. You know, connect you to that channel. You know, so traditional Yolngu is just an invitation. And I've been so fortunate. I risked everything. Everything. All the money I had. I risked my life. You have no idea. To go to Arnhem Land and pay respects to one of the oldest roots of human culture. Its oldest is because it respects the moment so much. Because they're out here, Yolngu people, they super connected to the land and the stories of the land. And so they have used creativity as vessels to house wisdom and knowledge for the generations to come. Isn't that beautiful? Kappo. They call water kappo. So I somehow, life just pointed directions for me, and I just went and I risked the greatest risks of my life to go to this oldest university without walls. And frankly, it's if I die today, super nourished and happy and grateful because of this this path and the gift that Yolngu people have given me. You know, Jalo Gorowiwi, as you all know, you've heard his name. If you haven't, you should look him up. Jalo Gorowiwi. He's got custodianship of the Iraqi. And it's not the way we think in the West, perhaps, or some may imagine, that the custodianship is based on possession or control of power. No. It's because when you sit next to him and you ask him about Iraqi, no matter what he's doing, you can see like a sunrise every time. Big sunrise coming. It just, his stories flow like spring water, you know? And he's so passionate about this instrument. He's got a million stories of him, you know, following his dad with the one Iraqi put on his shoulder, walking the bush country, long distance. He's got so much experience that he has learned the language and how to express and how to create patterns and how to sing with it properly. They have their own style of painting the songs and making the songs. And I've listened to them trillions of hours. My buddy would joke when we would work together that it sounded like a rock quarry because the clack, click, 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 the bilma, the clapsticks. Look at that trippy. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous day, y'all. Gorgeous day. Austin, Texas. Rattlesnake country. You know, we have bobcats and coyotes and skunks and possums, rabbits, all kind of stuff around here. Black squirrels. So, this is prehistoric land, by the way. There's like tons of fossils. A lot of these stones are fossils of things. So, Jalo Kurewiwi, you know, I call him Dad. You know, he's like a dad. You know, he's such an amazing human being. He has the responsibility of holding the cultural baton that we call Didgeridoo, Iraki, passing it on, not just to his own people, but to everyone. He's made hundreds and sent them out to the four corners like pollen, just so that it could open someone's heart, passionate enough to learn its ways, you know? I, among many of you, I'm one of those. It just that's how life is. It's not just beyond choosing. It just happened like that. So, many of you listen to traditional Iraki. It sounds hardcore. It sounds like lots of beats and irregularities and this and that. It sounds maybe even like it doesn't sound as suave or smooth as the Western style. Because the Western style, we wear shoes and we live indoors with carpet and this and that, you know. Yonlo style comes from this. Come here. You see? It's rough. It's rough. It's rhythmic. It's super rhythmic. So, consider that. If you want to play traditional Iraki, yeah, I mean, with my videos that I'll make you, you'll learn to make those sounds they do, but it could be hollow because you're just mimicking the sound. That's not it. It's a language. You make it your own. Even Yonlo players over there, each player plays in their own style. My style is like the old man. They say I sound like the old man, which I don't mind at all because the elders, they were more connected to the bush, you know. They're super connected and they're not trying to sound like 100 miles an hour. They stayed focused to the song and that's where it's at, you know. So I just wanted to share this video with you so that you can kind of like prep yourself up. So you get a premise of things, you know, get an idea of the roots of this instrument. It connects you to the geometry of this mystery. It connects you so much so you can see. It makes constellations. If you see the constellations out here, you can apply that to other parts of your life. And believe me, it has given me such gifts. I have been able to light candles of mediums. Like, Didgeridoo is connected to drawing. It is. And it's instinctive. Drawing and painting and dancing is human instincts. Singing too. It's instincts. It's instincts that it's been lost. You know, it's been lost in our generation. But every human being, I don't care if you think your voice is pretty or not. We're all singers. It's medicine. Because Didgeridoo is singing. Is rhythmic singing. Your tongue is moving. Your tongue moves. Like a shadow. Moves. You see something, it moves. You can sing traditional style. And surely I'll go deep into explaining the different ways. Even in traditional style, is not just singing. It's not that. There's many different sensitivities. Your tongue essentially starts to shape itself if you have the connection here. When I'm a musician, I play many instruments. And so whenever there's like a show that I'm going to be doing, the day before, I get real. I come here, I take my shoes off, and I walk barefoot this whole way. Just so that I could get real grounded, you know? In today's world, we need grounding. So much mental illness is upon us right now. And people are seeking divinity, and they're taking drugs and all kind of stuff just to feel the divine. And this is not a judgment towards that or anything. I'm just like, there's a healthy way of tripping balls, if you will, of really being psychedelic with life. You can just learn how to activate this body with tools like Didgeridoo so that you are tripping. You know, you're having a psychedelic thing going on without any taking anything. And it's good for you. It's worked in my life so much. All the walking that I've done, barefoot walking, has helped me ground the brain. Because when the energy's up here, just one ant bite on your foot is healing. It'll bring your energy down. Didgeridoo opens the doors of the heart and mind to see this. It's about seeing. It's about seeing, okay? It's about connecting your senses to that so that you could see how that tree sees. You can see how the clouds see. You can connect yourself energetically to something. And it's fun. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. So, all you people, all you didgeridoo players that are amazing, and there's some of y'all that are amazing, seriously, like unbelievable players. Much love and respect to all of you. I hope that I'm not talking heads off nor lecturing. This is not about lecturing. I just really just want to share. I want to start. It's time. I want to share. Since 2003, you know, my journey started in 2001, but really like in 2004 there was a Didge festival. I got to meet Dello, mom and auntie, and they just felt like family, and they invited me there, so I took that request. Or took that invitation rather, and then I went there, and it wasn't a picnic. It's not a picnic for many reasons to be there, but it's glorious and amazing. The Yolngu people are lovely people. Much respects to them. Thank you, Yolngu people. May you stay strong, you know, and use your culture to strengthen and hold space for us, because we need it. We need it, you know. I'm not against modernism or technology. I'm a total geek. You have no idea. I'm a total geek. Photoshopper since the first iteration, multimedia guy. At the same time, I feel like it's time to be in tune. It's time to be in tune. Architecturally, we need to be more in tune. We need to respect light. You know, learning how to build houses that are singing with stars and the moon and the planetary movements. You know, I'm from Iran, and back in the day, our ancestors did that. They really did. They innovated in tune with the land in many ways, and I'm hoping that comes back. And the invitation to that, one tool is Didgeridoo, for sure. Didgeridoo helps you gain rhythmic diversity. Rhythmic diversity. Just so your diaphragm is like water. It really is. It moves. And with Didgeridoo, you turn it on. And with the videos that I'll make, I'm going to take you step by step in my style of playing Iraki. My style of playing Iraki, and sharing with you how you can prep yourself so that you could feel it. So it can just turn you on, and you can goosebump. Make yourself goosebump. If you make yourself goosebump, they're goosebumping. Okay? So, what else is there to say? Yeah, well, thank you for your ears, and thank you for listening. And please comment below. Yeah, gorgeous day. Ow!